Oh, right, yeah, this is yeah, Jesse, but the Jews killed Jesus, which is kind of true in a way, but it was the Romans really that carried it out. The Jews didn't crucify people, the Romans did. But my argument for it is that it had to happen without the crucifixion and Jesus rising again. Jesus even said this is how it's going to play out. Um, but yeah, without the crucifixion and without him rising again, there is no Christianity. It doesn't actually say it because, like I say, I'm listening to the Bible at the moment, but it doesn't actually say it in the story of Jesus. But I'm listening to the story of David. Saul becomes jealous of David. Saul, at one point, it says Saul become gets overtaken with an evil spirit sent from God and throws a spear at David. Um, and David dodges it. And then he ends up sending David away when he realizes David is untouchable, basically. But God made him do that. The same as in the story of Moses. God tells Moses to go to the Pharaoh and tell him to let the people go. But God says also, I'm going to harden his heart so that he won't. So God purposely made the Pharaoh not let the people go in order so he could show the people the divine intervention that was going on with each of the plagues. And that Moses was the special guy. Without the if Moses on the first day just went there and said let the people go, and Pharaoh did, again, there's no great story to that. But God purposely hardened his heart and stopped him. Um, Basically made him say no to Moses over and over and over again, so that the plagues could play out, so people could see Moses was truly um, God's man on earth. Do you know what I mean? God's guy. Yeah. Same with the Bible. So yeah, the Jews, and it's kind of the Jewish officials. But Jesus upset a lot of people, and a lot of people love Jesus. If you listen to the Gospels, he upset just as many people as he didn't. The Jews being one, but it was more the Jewish officials than the people is. But you can't help but think with the stories of how God does things. Like I say, he put the evil spirit. It says an evil spirit was put into Saul from God. God's evil spirit went into Saul and made him throw a spear at David. Again, it's all to show that David is special. And again, without the crucifixion, so you could argue that God made and they are the chosen people. God's chosen people is the Jews. So they made, you can argue. It doesn't, I don't think it actually says it in any of the Gospels that they are taken with spirits. I was thinking maybe the crowd it might, because they actually get the chance to save Jesus, but they choose Barabbas. This goes against Ben Shapiro's thing of Jesus was just a revolutionary Jew that led a revolt against the Romans, like a lot of Jews did in his day. That's how the Jews see Jesus, just another guy. But Barabbas was taken off the thing, and it says he was taken off. He was on there for leading a revolt. So Jesus wasn't being crucified because he's led a revolt or anything. He was crucified because he's saying he's God. But yeah, you can argue that, yeah, well, the Romans technically killed Jesus, but the Jews basically forced their hand into it, wouldn't give it any other way but to do it. But without that happening, you have no Christianity. Without the crucifixion, and that's basically the key point where Christianity was born from, is that Jesus died and then rose again, and his followers went on to say that and die for that. That they saw him, they had dinner with him. It wasn't a spirit. It wasn't a. He was a guy. He had his wounds. He ate with them. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, Jewish officials put it forward, but the Romans did it. But again, without it, there is no Christianity. that was how God showed Jesus. Well, that's how Jesus showed he was God. Um, but yeah. Anyway, let's watch this. Let's go.
Bob is a first time caller out of Pennsylvania. Bob, you are on the air, Bob.
Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Bob.
I got amazing.
Amazing.
I got a couple questions for you, man.
Okay.
I hear you talking a lot. I hear you saying a lot of things. Mainly two questions.
Okay.
So my first question leads off from what you were saying earlier about the blacks and how they can't
What's wrong with
get a
the
hold of
blacks?
themselves. Yeah, they can't get a hold of themselves because they're too busy worrying about the Jews.
The blacks worry about the whites.
Yeah, the whites. That's what it is, the whites. The whites can't get a hold of themselves because they can't control the blacks because they're too busy worried about the Jews. So I want to ask you a couple questions about that.
Yes.
You said that they shouldn't be worried about the Jews at all.
Who?
My question is the
Who
whites or
shouldn't-
anybody.
Right.
Anybody.
Right.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Why? Well, they killed Jesus. Why are you protecting them so bad?
Who killed
Why are
Jesus?
you the Jews? As far as I'm concerned, so as far as I hear my whole life, the Jews killed Jesus.
But
The
Jesus
Jews
is not
instructed the Romans
dead.
to kill Jesus.
Do you believe Jesus dead?
Besides all that, why are you protecting them so hard? They ran COVID. They killed Kennedy.
Do you
They
believe
don't admit
Bob,
that they have weapons
Bob,
of mass
let's do
destruction.
it one at a time, Bob. Let's do it one at a time. Do you believe Jesus is dead?
Yeah, I believe he died on the cross for my sins.
He's not dead. He's alive.
And where is he?
In you.
He's in me.
Yeah.
Is he also
Yeah.
in the Jews?
Yes. Yes.
Well, they don't believe that. They believe that he already came back.
You don't believe
They
it
believe
either.
Jesus said, Jesus is there first for the Jew and then for the Gentile. First for the Jew, then for the Gentile.
Something
You don't
completely
believe that
different.
he's in you either.
Regardless of whether I believe that or not, that has nothing to do with the fact of
Do
what
you
the
believe
control over
that-
the world that they have.
Do you
And it's
believe that?
how much?
Bob, listen, one at a time. Don't rush. Slow down. Do you believe that he's in you?
Spiritually, yes.
Do you believe Jesus in you?
In spirit, yes.
And why do you believe that?
I believe that because it's just something I feel.
What? So what now?
I just feel that. It's a
His-
belief. You ask me if I believe, I believe.
Well,
It
belief
doesn't require a lot of proof.
is not Jesus being in you is not a feeling. You can't feel it.
You asked me if I believe.
Right.
Is that
you
correct?
did.
That-
So
Yeah,
knowing
believing doesn't
now
have a lot
that
of
he's
proof.
not in you, do you have a right to be mad at the Jews if he's not in them too, as well?
That's an assumption that I'm mad at the Jews. My mad at the Jews has nothing. I don't have a vote in any of that. I can't be mad at something that's out of my control. But I do see what's going on.
Are you mad
Now
at
let
the
me ask you a
Jews?
question. Well, how could I be mad at something that's out of my control?
Are
No,
you-
I'm not mad at them. Let me ask you something.
You say you're not
I
angry at
want to know
them?
why. I have no anger towards them, but I see what's going on.
But
and
then
I
why
can't
do you
ignore what's going
why
on.
do you make the statement about them killing Jesus then? Why is that important to you?
It's not just Jesus. They bomb hospitals. They kill
Why
babies.
is
It's the death
why
toll
is that
counting.
important to you that they killed Jesus then?
Why are you ignoring the fact that
I'm
there's a
gonna let
genocide
you
going
get
on
to all
with
the
the
other
rest of the
stuff you're
world?
trying to say.
Instantly right there. And I said it before in the thing. When someone says I'm pro-Palestine, this is what he's getting at. They bomb schools. They bomb it's like, yeah, but actually look into the conflict. There's a reason why that is. They have like the nearest military combatant to civilian. It's like 1-for-1 Israel. Like it's arguably one of the cleanest wars that has ever been fought. No other war has a ratio of one combatant to one civilian. But that's what the Israel Hamas is. But people don't believe it. I literally watched someone say that 97% of Western media uses Hamas numbers, 3% uses the IDF numbers. It's why it's so skewed. But just straight away is with they bomb children and it's like, yeah, but whose fault is that ultimately? They haven't got a choice. People come into their country, killed people, took people hostage. What do you want them to do? Imagine if that was America and Mexico did that. Mexico wouldn't exist right now. Like, yeah, it's like, and it's always the same thing. They killed. It's like, yeah, what do you think Hamas did when they went there? They killed babies, raped babies, raped mothers in front of their burning babies. Like while their babies is dead next to them that they just killed. Yeah, and went back and the people of Palestine celebrated it.
Why is that important to you that they killed Jesus? Why is that important to you?
I think you misunderstood the question. It's not important to me.
Then why is it even on your mind then?
I've been told that my entire life, and you brought it up.
I brought what up?
You brought up not paying attention to the Jews.
But I didn't bring up they killed Jesus.
Yeah, I've been told that my entire life.
And you believe
Am I
it?
wrong? Are they wrong?
And you believe
Was that
it?
wrong? Was it wrong?
The Jews did not kill Jesus. The Jewish rabbi recommended the military kill Jesus.
I said that in the beginning.
No,
that
you
the
didn't
Jews
say
told
that.
The Romans.
No,
I did say the Jews told the Romans to kill Jesus.
Not
yes,
the Jews didn't tell the Romans to do that. The rabbis who were jealous of Jesus told them that.
What were they? Were they Christians or the Jews?
They were Jewish.
Okay, so thank you. The Jews told the Romans to kill Jesus, as I said.
Not the Jews, the rabbi Jews. You make it.
And Jesus is a Jew. Jesus was a rabbi. Like, Jesus is a Jew. And people say he went and studied Buddhism. When in India, there's parts of Jesus's life which he kind of disappeared. And people say he went and studied Hinduism and Buddhism, and it's like, well, maybe, but why is it then when he comes back, he's a rabbi and he's preaching, he's quoting from the Torah, he's quoting things of David and Moses, and like, obviously his discipline was in being a Jew. Jesus is a Jew. Like, I see someone say as well that if Jesus come back today, he'd go into a church and not a synagogue. I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. Why would he? Churches didn't exist in his day. He's a Jew. He is a Jew. Like
all the Jews told the Romans to kill Jesus. It was just
either way. I wasn't around. I wasn't around when that happened, so I'm not angry about that.
It was just the rabbis.
And his Jew followers all denied him and let him go. Jesus even says to Pontius Pilate, like, basically Pontius Pilate didn't want to do it. He knew Jesus wasn't guilty of anything, and he was trying everything not to get him to do it. And Jesus said to him, don't worry, my kingdom is not of this earth. If it was, my followers would have fought for me. That also goes against the Christian thing of that Christians are meant to roll over and take everything. Jesus said there, if my kingdom was of the earth, my followers would have fought to save me. Instead, they denied me. My kingdom is not of this earth, it's of the next earth. So don't worry about killing me. Just do it. But Pontius Pilate didn't want to. Yeah.
Well, I'm not even angry about this.
Can we get that part clear so we can move on? It was just the rabbis, right?
Sure, it was Jewish rabbis.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't understand the fact that you
would
like
the Jews,
the other way.
Jews that are around now, were they around when the rabbis back then told the military to kill Jesus? The Jews that are here now, were they here then?
Nobody lives to be 2,025 years old, Jesse, but I do believe that they are the type of people.
Were the Jews today around when the Jews of yesterday told the military, the rabbi Jews told the military to kill Jesus? The Jews today, were they around?
Are you asking if somebody's 2,000 years old?
Were the Jews today around when the Jews of 2,000 years ago recommend the military kill Jesus?
Do you want a one-word answer, or would you like me to explain it? Because
Were
I
the
can tell you
Jews
that
today around when the Jews of those years?
absolutely,
They were,
absolutely.
the Jews of today was around?
Are you going to let me tell you yes? Or are you going to interrupt me and ask me the same question? Yes,
y-
they were, because those, you know, and I know that.
Also, they killed him because he was saying he was God. Jesus said he was God, and people say he didn't say he was God. And another thing Ben Shapiro says, saying that you was the son of God isn't a killable offense. There's no, like, it's like, but Jesus, he said he's the son of God. He called himself the son, but he also called himself the son of man, which I believe is in Daniel. Daniel says he sees the son of man sat at the side of God. Calling yourself the son of man is different from calling yourself the son of God, because the son of man is a specific thing from the Torah, which is, or from the Old Testament, that, something he sees. And also he says, I am, which is what Moses, I'm sure it's Moses, tell him, what should I say when he says, which God, like, he's like, say I am. And that's what Jesus says when they say he calls himself the Son of Man, and Jesus says, I am. There's also another thing I noticed. I'm, like I say, I'm listening to David, like David's story. He says something, and I was like, oh shit, that's another thing Jesus quoted from David, or like that is in both things. Jesus, I can't remember what it is that David says, but Jesus said, he says something. I was like, Jesus said that, literally said that. Like, yeah.
People love to preserve their bloodline. Am I wrong about that?
But they're
They
not
love to
around,
preserve their
Bob.
bloodline.
Bob, they're
Because
not
they're not
around. I don't care
2025.
what they
I
love to
told
do
you,
with the blood,
they're not.
but they're not
They're not
around,
2,000
Bob.
years old.
They're not
Nobody's
around,
2,000
Bob.
years old.
Are
Nope. Can we answer the
are
next
you
question?
white, Bob?
No, Jesse.
What are you?
I'm mixed. Can you?
You mixed with
Nobody
what?
lives to be two. Does anybody live to be 2,000?
You mixed with what?
Italian, Irish, and African.
So were you around when slavery happened?
No, of course not.
But the
300
blacks
years ago.
blame you for slavery.
Nobody does that.
Yes,
Nobody
they
does.
do. They blame the whites.
I've never heard that come out of
You're
anybody.
lying.
Me.
You
said they
you
blamed
have
me.
heard that. You're lying.
Nobody said that to me.
They may not say it to
How do
you one-on-one, but they blame white people for slavery.
Are you going to let me ask any of the
Is that
questions I
true
called
or
to ask?
not? Is that true or not?
I don't. I've never heard any of my
Do the
people.
blacks
that I
blame the
know of.
whites for slavery?
If they do, they're wrong, but maybe. Who
I'm
knows?
sorry?
There's lots of them. Who
Did
knows?
you say if they do, they're wrong?
That's impossible because they know that
Did
black
you
owners
say if
sold
they
black
do,
slaves.
they're wrong?
Of course.
Say, are you wrong for blaming the Jews of today for something that Jews did 2,000 years ago?
When did I do that?
Are you wrong for doing that?
He just said,
If I did, I would be wrong.
You did. You said, oh, the Jews killed Jesus.
They did. You
No,
said
they
it
didn't.
yourself.
Jesus is not even dead, first of all.
So the cross thing was a whole hypothetical, or what?
So what now?
So the cross thing was a whole hypothetical?
What do you mean?
He didn't die on John. I mean, what's
on the
John
John.
3:16?
You even said that the Jews today are responsible for what the Jews did for
It's not
2,000
Elvis.
years ago.
No way.
You
no
did
way.
say
I would never
that.
said that.
You
The
did.
bloodline
Yes, you
exists.
did say that.
You're putting words in my mouth because you don't want to answer the question.
Did
But
he
I
say
have
that?
written
Hey,
down
come
on this
baby.
piece of paper.
Hold on.
He said,
You know-
do you want
you
a
know I call
one-word
with my head on
answer?
my
He said,
shoulders.
do you want a one-word answer and about the Jews today being responsible? And he said, with strength and with confidence,
That's it.
you can back it up. He said,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely, because the bloodline still exists.
So then
Nobody
you're
lives to be
responsible for
20,000,
slavery
2,000
then.
years old.
You're absolutely
Nobody does-
responsible for slavery then.
You can misquote me all you want, but nobody lives to be 2,000 years old. I know I said that.
No, and you said that the Jews are responsible for what happened then.
People that were alive back then are responsible
Hold on a
for what
minute. Can
happened
you
back
hold?
then.
Bob, can you hold?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
out of a first time call out of PA. Bob, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hey, Jesse.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so I wanted to finish on what we were talking about here.
Okay.
About I don't understand why you have so much love for Israel. I want to clear something up that me and my friend were talking about. The Bible, you say, bless Israel. It does not say bless Israel. It says bless Abraham, which was passed on to his descendants. The nation of Israel was developed in the 40s. It has nothing.
Yeah. Again, this is what it's kind of that's the Christian look at it. Someone tried to defend that Israel's mentioned in the Quran for Palestinism by saying it means the descendants, it means the Jews. But then also, if you take that, then you're accepting the Bible's understanding of it. And if the Bible's understanding of it, you've got to accept the Torah's. And then the Torah, there is that the Israelites. It's like if the mentioning of Israel in the Jew is the Jews in the Quran means the Jews, then why do they also say Jews? Like they call them Jews. They say the Jews should use the Torah as guidance, the Christians should use the Gospels, and Muslims should use the Quran. They reference them as Jews, like Israel, and in the old scriptures, like it doesn't out. I think it actually does say the nation of Israel in there, but a lot of the times as well, it's like they go into Israel, going into Israel. It's like you can't go into someone's beliefs. It just doesn't make sense. So, like obviously there's a place that they're referring to if they're saying people are going in it. And yeah, and then you have the Jews there all the time up until, like I say, the Muslims conquered. But the Quran comes like much after, after, way after the Torah, way after the Bible. Muhammad died in 632. There's no mention of Palestine.
Do with the biblical terms in Abraham, anything like that. Netanyahu is committing a genocide. They're dropping bombs on hospitals. When I have to look at my phone
How
and
do you
see
know
that,
that?
it does make.
How do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yes.
I don't know that I'm talking to you right now. If you're going to play that game,
How
I
do
know
you
that because I
know
trust
that?
the report.
How do you know that Netanyahu is a part of the dream team? Donald Trump, Netanyahu, and Putin. How do you know he's committed genocide?
First off, the word Trump and genocide shouldn't even be in the same paragraph.
How do you know
And second off,
Netanyahu is committed genocide?
because when the finger is pointed to them and they have the answer for dropping a bomb on a hospital, they say it was an accident.
Bob, how do you know? Bob, how do you know that Netanyahu is committed genocide?
When you claim it was an accident, you take ownership.
Bob,
that's how I know.
You're not telling me
ownership.
how you know Netanyahu is committed.
Also, a genocide. There's never been a genocide in history where the people getting genocided was offered another choice. The Jews under Nazi Germany wasn't offered a choice to go away. They was killed. Like, they wasn't offered a peace treaty. They was killed. Like, Palestine over the years, the people of Palestine have been offered peace treaty after peace treaty. They don't want it. Like, yeah.
Genocide.
And if they wanted to commit genocide, that's it. Genocide is a specific thing. Is basically the people don't have a choice. But if they wanted to commit genocide, they could have done it in a day, literally. Israel has that manpower. They could have just pulverized the whole thing. There's still loads of people in Gaza. I think actually, I don't know whether it's Gaza, but the population of Palestine has increased since this genocide has been going on. It's increased by like 40,000. It's the only genocide in history where the people being genocided's numbers increase.
You're not telling me how you know that. Where's your proof?
He's in charge of.
Where's
he
your
took
proof?
ownership.
Where's your proof?
He took ownership. He took ownership.
Bob,
What are you
where's your
talking about?
proof?
Out of his mouth. The words out of his mouth.
And so Netanyahu said, I'm committing genocide.
I heard him take ownership for things that are defined as genocide.
Did he
Yes.
say he committed genocide?
He said he accidentally dropped a bomb on a hospital.
Did he say he committed
That's
genocide?
not genocide, you dickhead.
That's what it is. What are you talking about?
Did he say he committed genocide?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Did he say he committed genocide?
It's not the same thing, you idiot. Blowing up a hospital.
Jesse, he didn't use those words.
Then how do you know he's committed genocide?
Because I have a dictionary, and it's the same throughout
So
all
you,
of America.
you don't have any proof that Netanyahu is committing genocide. You're
UN
saying
seems to.
things with
All
no.
the countries.
You're saying
All the
things with
countries
no
came
proof,
forward.
Bob.
Why are you? What's your support for killing babies like
Bob,
this, Jesse? Why are you
you're
supporting
saying
Israel?
things with no
You
proof.
can't answer a question. I answered a lot of your questions. I've been on with you for 23 minutes, and you can't answer
haven't
one
given
question.
me any proof.
The original question is, why do you support Israel in such a way?
Bob, how am
Why
I
do you support
supporting
Israel in such a way?
How am I supporting
Why
Israel?
do you support? Why
But
do
let
you
me just
support Israel
hold
in
on
such
one
a
minute,
way?
Bob. Hold on 1 minute. So Bob
Denying genocide?
Bob, hold
When
on.
the whole world's
Bob,
looking?
hold
The
on.
whole world's looking.
Hold on, Bob.
The whole world's watching.
I'm gonna let you go if you talk over me.
I already know that.
Well, then hold on. Then I won't have to let you go. So I want y'all to know, Bob said he's committed genocide, referring to Netanyahu. Netanyahu never said he would commit genocide. Bob has no proof that he committed genocide. He's just throwing it out there. And if you listen to that and believe it because Bob said it, you'll go saying the same thing. So what's your other question, Bob?
This is the thing with people like Bob. It's the same with the like Jesse said with the whole slavery thing. Like, I don't want to hear people's things of how white people. Just say you don't like white people. Don't mask it behind, oh, I care about slavery. Every race of people did slavery, and people say, yeah, but white people did it worse, and white people think that slavery started when boats like I'm saying the transatlantic thing was. It's like, yeah, slavery existed before that. It's always existed. But yeah, just say you don't like white people. Stop pretending that you have any more knowledge than you do, or clearly don't have, because you don't know what you're talking about. And it's the same with these people and Israel. You don't know what you're talking about. Just say you don't like Jews. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if you say I don't like white people. You don't have to hide behind all of this like virtue signaling. I care about this and I care about that. You don't. You just don't like Jews. It's fine. You can't like everybody, I guess, but just say that. Just saying, oh, using something like, oh, they're committing genocide when they clearly aren't. It's like the whole world just says that now. Genocide, 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 and it's like you don't even know what the word means. Your proof that he's committing genocide was that you have a dictionary and the word genocide is in it.
You must be crazy. How come the UN says he's committing genocide? I didn't say that. That's not my. I didn't say that. I'm not making these accusations.
You said Netanyahu committed genocide with no proof.
That's not my accusation.
But you
proof.
said
There's proof
it.
out there. You denying it. And my question is, why are you denying it?
Bob,
my only question is.
I'll let Bob go. I asked you your proof, Bob. I'm letting Bob go now, and he gave me no proof. What the?
His proof is every media thing says genocide, 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 genocide. So people go genocide, genocide. You don't know what genocide is. You want to know what genocide is? Look what Islam did to the Jews in just about every country where they've been dominant in. Like, you want to know what genocide looks like? Look what October 7th. Most people don't even know what October the 7th is. Honestly, most people don't have a clue what that is. Like, all they talk about is what Israel has done in this war, without mentioning the fact that they started it. It's like, you started it, you're losing. Yeah. Um. But yeah, I don't know. See what Jesse has to say.
888-77.
He's do the number. But yeah, yeah. I don't know how Jesse deals with these people. They're just so ill-informed, misinformed. Some I think are just misinformed, and they really do. I do genuinely have the thing that people genuinely are good, and they think they're being good, but they're just completely misinformed about it. But then you go on, like, I do think that there are people that are just malicious and they just lie. They just lie, lie, lie. Uh, it's like there's meant to be a peace deal. Who do you think is going to break that first? Who do you think? Who do you think is going to break the ceasefire first? The Israel or the Palestinians? But yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.